Coming up, G.I. Joe Classified Series number 86, Low Light. Stick around. What's up and welcome to Crossfire Collectibles. Today's video we'll be unboxing and reviewing the G.I. Joe Classified Series number 86, Low Light. So, as our G.I. Joe week continues, we're on to the next figure, and after this, it looks like only 2 more to go. But I may have a surprise, and I might throw an additional one in there, but you just have to wait and see. So anyways, let's get to this video. So here we have Low Light. Very, very cool. You can see the figure art right here, photography, or figure photography. Right here, you have your artist render, accessories, G.I. Joe Classified Series, Low Light. Over here, 86, another picture, QR code, and some stats. This side, better picture of the artist render, which looks pretty good. Reminds me of the cartoon a lot, just like straight out of the show and the comics. 86 at the bottom. Flip around to the back. And there he is. Stands at 6.3 inches. You have a close-up of his goggles and hat. And then his vest. And better shot of the stats for you. Alright, top has G.I. Joe. Bottom has crap and UPC. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and pop him open. But first, if you're new to the channel, please be sure to like, share, subscribe for future content. Alright, trusty Dusty Kniff. So I've been waiting for this figure. He was one of my favorites as a kid. I was always into the snipers, and I was like, oh man, I need that sharpshooter. So glad to have him finally. And just can't wait to mess with him and go over his stuff. Of course, it's not gonna stand up. I'll just let it box on. So we'll go ahead and fold this box on up, get that off to the side. All right. So we'll show his accessory box first, even though we'll do that second because we'll go with the figure. Here you have Low Light, 86, G.I. Joe, 86. We'll get back to it. Let's go ahead and go over the figure. Let me see. Looks pretty good. Notice his eyes, he's kind of looking off to the right. But we're gonna have the goggles on him, so that's not gonna matter. Go to the back, using the newer little pegs that they had. So it's cool. So we'll go ahead and cut these out. So we'll start with number 1, number 2. Man, some of these are really tight. I'm having trouble getting in there and getting a hold of it. Number 3 and number 4. So the figure fell right out. Get the rest of this crap out of here. We'll show you the cardboard dungeon and the black and white render in the back. Cool. Let me scoop all this mess up. Get that out of here. And let's go over Low Light. So here he is. Needs to be straightened up a little bit. It looks a little too fake the way he is right now. So there we go. Not bad, not bad. Once we toy around with the arms a little bit, you know, we'll get him in a more decent stance and posture. His arms look a little goofy at the moment. Get a close up of his face again out of the box. As you can see, it's got the stocking cap on, hair coming out the back. Look around at the vest. The vest is actually his chest piece. It's not an additional piece on there. He does have this sheath on his right thigh. Maybe that's a magazine holder right here on his left thigh. All around, the suit looks pretty good and accurate to the OG. And all right, let's go over his articulation. So head is on a ball joint and can do a full 360. He does have a movable neck. Head can look down that far and can look up that far. Very nice mobility in the neck. It looks a little high though. I don't know if it's just me or what. The neck looks like it should be like stuffed in a bit lower. But anyway, he's got butterfly joints at the shoulders. The arms can go out that far. They can do a full 360. You see, he does have bicep rotation, double jointed pinless elbows. He has a hinge for a hand, and it can go in or out, up, and down. You see, he's got ab crunch that far forward and that far back. He's got waist swivel. Come down to the legs. He does have the drop legs at the thighs, or the hips, I should say. And of course, you got his this type of pouch or holder sheath over here. He does have 5 rotation, double joint pinless knees. He's got calf rotation at the top of the boot and the bottom of the pant. Hinge in the ankle, so that far forward, that far up. It does have side to side pivot. All right, go ahead and check out his stance with a drop test. It's pretty good. All right. So now we'll go ahead and go over his accessories. So pop this box open, dump that out. Crap. Yeah, the Cobra accessory bag. So it comes open and dump out all the goods and see what he's got. So let's start off with the backpack. So you have this large backpack. It has all these little, pieces on it. Little design on the back, peg, a piece right here for, I guess, maybe the rifle, once it's, or one of the other guns all together. See, pretty hefty. It's solid, it's not hollow. There's that. Put that up right there for the time being. Next, we'll open his gun case. This is the one I wanted to see the most because this is really cool looking. You have a peg right here to go into his back if you don't want to have him, with the backpack on. Or it looks like this could possibly be a two-way thing, so that could go in his back, and the backpack can even go in over top of the case like that. So he probably will be back heavy with that. But unfortunately, there's nowhere to plug the case in onto the backpack, which I think would personally make more sense. So maybe if there was a hole over here, we can plug in that way. That'd be good, but nope. All right, so let's go ahead and open this bad boy up. And inside, there is the sniper rifle. So it's got 1, 2, 3, 4 different compartments, it looks like. And we'll go ahead and take out each piece, and then we'll assemble the rifle. All right, so piece number 1, you have this nifty little scope. Got some good details to it. Looks pretty good. Check out the front and the back. All right. So next up, actually, I'm going to show this first because we have to use something to get them pieces out with, it looks like. But here he comes with this little knife. So a rounded handle. It's got some ribs on it, so you can hold onto it. Silver blade. Pretty cool. So next piece, we're going to get out this bipod right here. So go ahead and pluck that out. And this is very small and thin. You can see, just a regular bipod for the rifle. Nothing fancy about it. Next up, we have, man, these are gonna be a pain to get out. You have his suppressor for the end of the rifle. You see the end right here that will plug into the end of the barrel. And you know, your suppressor, it's got some holes up and down it. And look at the front, it's got a hole for blast effect. All right. And then finally, this may actually be a two-parter, but here is the rifle, which looks super cool. Finally, we get a new weapon, which is awesome. There is a magazine in it, and it does come out smaller. You know, being a sniper, you know, maybe you only want 3 or 4 rounds in that, and you plug that right back in like that. So let's go ahead and build this thing up. So we'll come up to this piece right here, this little loop claw hook type deal, and we'll take the end of that bipod and just kind of pop that on in like that. Next, we'll bring her the scope, and he'll have this little opening groove on the top here. You take that little piece sticking off the bottom of the scope and plug that on into that right there. There you go. I guess I should have said, you know, you can put the bipod either up or down. And then finally, you have the suppressor, which will go directly into the end of the barrel like that. And bam, there you have it. So we'll put the bipod back down, set it up in front of him like that, get the case open, and let's go over the rest of the accessories. All right, so here you have this small, I'm not sure exactly what it is, but this little submachine gun, front grip, almost like a shotgun style handle on the back. This huge trigger guard here that leads up into, you know, your loading area where your magazine will go. And here that is. As you can see, it's an extended mag. So we'll go ahead and slide that up in there like that. So there's that. Next up, you have this little piece right here, which could be one of many things. So I believe this came with a modern low light. I'll show you a picture here with some accessories. But this could be, I don't know, almost like a range device, you know, to we can, oh, you know, so and so how many clicks, or it could be a like a smaller spotting tool to be able to see something to mark his area. It has, looks like some buttons down here, like a small keypad. This I would assume would be the screen, or it could be a pouch for some reason. Flip it around to the back, you know, you got this regular black panel over top of it, and then the back side of this, which looks like it could be many things. It could be a fan, it could be a camera, it could be a scope. So if you know what it is for sure, leave a comment, let me know. And then finally, we have his classic red goggles. Not much to them, dark gray, flexible plastic, the red lenses, and that's it. So all right, let's go ahead and gear him up. So first, I'm gonna go ahead and take this knife and pick that arm up, and we'll put the knife right into his sheath here, like that. It's a little tight, but it'll go in. Put that down a little bit, get a good position for it. This side, we'll take this little device here, and we will slide that right on in. Oops, maybe it'll go in this way. All right, there we go. So going just like that. We will lift this piece back up. It dropped a little far. And I don't know if I want to do like the box art, you know, where he's up against the tree a bit. You know, he's got the rifle in one hand and the submachine gun in the other. But I think I'll go ahead and just give him the rifle totally. So I'll take this submachine gun and slide that onto the little peg on his backpack, like that. And then line this peg up with the hole. And I'm going to push that backpack on in. Okay. Bring his goggles around. We lost the gun. I'll put that back on him. See how I'm going to do this. So this could require you to possibly take the head off, but I don't think we need to do that. We can probably just slide these over. Yeah, we can get them on. Now, push that back up a little more. Like that. And then we will bring out the rifle. Flex them fingers some so we can get that handle up in his hands. That finger through the trigger guard. That's with the scope. I'll leave the bipod down. Bring this hand up. Again, we're gonna have to flex these fingers outward so we can get a grip around the rifle. Like that. This damn scope keeps coming off as I keep grabbing it. There's not much more to grab, honestly. Get that plug back in. Make sure he's got that grip with his hand. See, should I hold up, have him hold it up a little bit? Nah. Actually, I'm gonna have him kind of aiming it down, I think. Damn scope. That thumb, that's the trick right there. You gotta mess with that thumb and get it around the gun so you actually can hold it. Plug that scope back in. So there we go. Basic, simple, low light stance. So the backpack appears to make him a little top heavy. He is standing good, but you have to position him forward a little bit. Now, for the top, I don't like the openings at the top of the shoulders. That's ugly. I don't know why they did that. Anyway, so let's check this out, because I want to gear him up totally just to see how it look. And I know it's going to make him super top heavy already, just because this is just an extra piece that's going to add on to the weight. And so we got that on there. And then, you know, you put the gun on here, and that's just going to be way too much weight in the back. You're going to need a stand for him. He is not going to stand with all that on his own, unless you give him some kind of crazy crouched, you know, leaning forward pose. Yeah, I'm not doing that because that's just too much on the back anyway. So I'm going to get all this stuff off. I'm not going to do that. I think I may just leave him with the gun case on his back, because that looks pretty good. Straighten it up a little more. So we'll do that and put all that stuff up to the side, and we'll go ahead and throw him on the turntable and give you some final thoughts. All right, so here is your G.I. Joe Classified Series number 86, Low Light. Very, very cool figure. It's great to have him finally part of the collection. You know, ever since the name drop, and then, you know, the pre-order announcement, you know, you got to see the digital renders, and then finally to have the figure in hand, and he's amazing. I love all the accessories it comes with. The rifle is super cool, so we finally got that into the collection, which is great. The figure itself, I think it's a little too much, you know, to have the backpack and the gun case, you know, both fit onto his back. It makes him super top heavy, back heavy. You can't stand him normal to make him look decent. So, you know, we just have to put some things to the side and make do with what we got. I think I'm going to display him like this with the gun case on the back. I think it looks good. The extra stuff, you know, we can just put to the side and save it for a rainy day. But overall, great figure. They could probably tweak, you know, with them upper shoulders a bit. I don't like that little open gap in the top. It just makes it look ugly. Should be more rounded off, and, you know, just give him the regular hinges back. That thing is just, ugh. Looks gross. But anyways, cool figure. If you got a chance to get him, you'll love him. If you haven't got him yet, I would recommend him. He's a great figure. He really brings back the old real American hero nostalgia, especially with his look. You know, he has the same outfit, and he just looks good. Plain and simple, he looks good. But yeah, so that's going to do it for this one. We have a couple more to go, so please tune in. And as for this video, like always, if you enjoyed what you saw, please leave that giant thumbs up, subscribe, tickle that bell so you're notified when we post future videos. Be sure to follow us on social media, and we will see you in the next one. Peace.